In paper 1, you write one text of 450-600 words. If you choose a pamphlet, your job is to explain a local issue clearly and guide readers toward a specific next step. Markers look for 3 things: clean, accurate language, ideas arranged in a logical sequence, and recognizable pamphlet features. That means a purposeful title, guiding subheadings, short sections that are easy to follow, a compact block of key facts, and a clear call to action. Plan with the range in mind. Draft a little long so you have lines to tighten at the end. Before drafting, place pamphlet alongside nearby text types. A flyer is a single flat page with the bare essentials. A pamphlet is still short but designed to persuade and to prompt action. A brochure opens across several panels and carries more structured detail. A leaflet is an ultra-brief handout for quick notices. In the exam, you are not doing graphic design, you're producing text that reads like the real thing when someone scans it quickly. What should the writing look like on the page? Begin with a title that shows both topic and stance. Use subheadings to divide the message into predictable steps. Why it matters, what is changing, how daily life is affected, what practical options exist, common questions, and how to act. Keep each section brief so the reader never loses the thread. Add a compact, quick facts block with distances, dates, times, and measurements that can be checked. End with a precise call to action and include a contact email, phone, or a QR code so people can respond immediately. To plan efficiently, use a 5-move engine. First, open with one vivid local image that makes the reader care. Second, set out the situation in 2 plain sentences: who, what, where, and when. Third, connect the issue to everyday outcomes such as sleep, concentration, safety, or small business custom, so the stakes feel real. Fourth, offer practical and local solutions, not slogans. Fifth, ask for action with exact details: who does what, where, and when. Keep ACP in your head: audience, context, purpose. Picture the people you're talking to and what they will need first. Think about how they will encounter the text: on a notice board, at a meeting, or in a door-to-door drop. Fix your purpose as 1 or 2 next steps you want immediately. If you can name the audience's key concern in 1 sentence, the rest of your choices become easier. Persuasion rests on credibility, reasoning, and feeling, but you weave them into your sentences naturally rather than labeling them. Give credibility in a quick clause from a reliable voice or record. Show reasoning with cause and effect, supported by simple numbers. Invite feeling through concrete images tied to shared values. Trimming exaggeration and anchoring claims with distance, time, and measurement keeps your tone confident. A little rhythm helps if used sparingly. Repeating a starter phrase can build momentum. A 3-part list can give satisfying cadence. A balanced contrast can sharpen a choice, and a short question can guide agreement. Keep these lines brief, and let your evidence carry the argument. Write short, direct paragraphs inside each section. When you explain what is changing, name the operations, the times, and the streets. When you explain the impact, tie it to outcomes people notice the next day. When you propose solutions, make them local, testable, and easy to monitor. If you use a term that might be unfamiliar, define it briefly in context so everyone can follow. Close with a time-bound call to action. Start with a verb and include who, what, when, and where. Encourage a single line of personal evidence in any petition or comment because it makes community voices concrete. Always include a contact or a QR code for quick follow-up. Language control matters. Prefer precise nouns and numbers to vague claims. Use active verbs. Cut padding words that add length without meaning. Keep the register steady, respectful, inclusive, and solution-focused. Manage your 90 minutes. Spend the first 15 planning, title, 5 to 7 subheadings, 4 or 5 facts, and your final call to action. Draft for about an hour so the piece runs smoothly from start to finish. Use the last 10 to 15 minutes to check accuracy, polish transitions, confirm that the facts, block and contact or QR code are present, and adjust to finish inside the word range. If you get stuck, check the 5 common problems. Vagueness vanishes when you add a measurement or a place. A harsh line softens when you start from shared values. A missing call to action is fixed by one exact sentence with time and place. Messy order improves if you move through problem, impact, solutions, then action. Over-explaining disappears when each section sticks to a single clear idea. Example: exam prompt. Complete sentences ready to assign. You're writing for residents in your neighbourhood. The local council plans to approve a new factory located 400 metres from a residential street. People are worried about nighttime noise, truck traffic and air quality. A community forum is scheduled for next Wednesday evening. Write one text of 450-600 words that explains the situation clearly and persuades residents to take specific steps before the decision is made. Use the text type of a pamphlet. Include a clear title, helpful subheadings, short, well-organized sections, a compact quick facts block with distances, dates, times and measurements, and a call to action with contact details or a QR code. Model pamphlet response: quiet streets, healthy minds, protecting rest, learning and local business while decisions are still being made. Why this matters? If a brake squeal wakes a family at 2 in the morning, the effect shows up the next day in classrooms, on the road and behind shop counters. A large industrial site placed close to bedrooms risks trading quiet nights for a background hum, sudden spikes and heavier late traffic at the very hours when people need sleep most. Quick facts distance: 400 m from Park Road homes. Noise: readings near 70 dB at 23:40 during a test night. Route: planned trucks past 2 schools after 22 o'clock. Forum: Wednesday 19 o'clock. Hall B, petition deadline Friday 18 o'clock. What is changing night shifts? Push heavy vehicle movements late into the evening and into the early hours. Loading alarms and air brake checks carry across Park Road and into side streets. The current plan shows gaps in acoustic shielding near housing, which means the closest families take the first and strongest noise spikes. What it means for daily life. Broken sleep leads to slower mornings and weaker focus in lessons. Light sleepers and toddlers startle awake and struggle to settle again. People on early shifts lose deep rest before work. Small businesses notice shorter visits and quicker exits from customers who are already tired. These are ordinary effects that repeat when late noise becomes routine. Practical options that protect both work and rest. Choose siting that fits the activity by moving production to the industrial zone with proper freight access and built-in buffers. Break the noise path by installing continuous acoustic barriers, such as solid walls and tree belts that block line-of-sight sound. Cut noise at the source by adopting quiet fleet rules after 21 o'clock. No air brake tests near homes, low-noise tyres, and electric forklifts inside the yard. Manage time fairly by keeping loading within daytime windows and marking residential lanes as no truck corridors at night. Make progress visible by publishing independent weekly measurements so the community can track what changes. Questions you may hear answered plainly: is this against jobs? No, we want stable employment and healthy homes. Location and design can deliver both paychecks and sleep. Is it only a few trucks? Frequency matters. Repeated spikes fragment sleep more than a single loud moment. Do people get used to noise? Sudden bursts keep the startle response. Children and light sleepers do not train themselves to ignore them. Are barriers too expensive? Compare the cost with absenteeism, minor accidents from fatigue, and property value loss when nights are regularly noisy. What we ask the council to adopt: relocate the site to the industrial zone, or approve it only with strict conditions. Continuous barriers, truck routes away from the 2 schools after 21 o'clock, and enforceable quiet fleet standards with real penalties for breaches. How to help this week: sign the petition today and add one line about how night noise affects your home. Attend the forum on Wednesday at 19 o'clock in Hall B and speak for 2 minutes with one observation and one practical fix. Share this message with 3 neighbours, especially new renters who may not have heard. Contact for updates, scan the QR code on this page or visit parkroadpeace.org/info. You can also email parkroadpeace@local.org or call 0800 555 0149.